This is CAD Methods, and we are working on Lab 4.1, Part 1, Project 13.1. And you can see everything's a little big. So in this project, it asks us to open up Project 8-1. Well, we didn't do that. What we did was we did Project 7-1, and it looks like this. Okay, your AutoCAD might look like this, but in just a minute this properties is going to get in my way, so I'm just going to keep that turned off with that Alex right there, and I'm going to shrink up my AutoCAD a little bit. Okay, so it wants us to create a text style, so that's easy enough. We're going to go over to AutoCAD and we're going to type style, and we're going to create a new style called Arch, and say OK. And they want it to be a true type font. That's just a type of font, and they want the font to be Stylus BT. So that's a piece of cake. Click your font and tell it if you just open up this box and start typing style, it'll take you to all the STYs right at the top. Stylus BT, and that's all the direction that gives us. So once you're done with that, say apply and close. Now the next thing it says, create a dimension style using this command here, dimension style, and use the settings shown in figures 13-100 through 13-104. Set the annotation scale to half inch equals a foot. Okay, so we're just going to follow the directions. So you could use the dim style command and it'll bring up this box, or you can use the bdim, which will bring up the same box. So now what you're going to do is you've got a new style called architecture. So we're going to call it architecture, and we're going to tell it it's annotative. Starts with it. Okay, continue. Now I'm not going to come back to this, so what I'm going to do is change my page, and there's nothing on this page. Change my page again, 98, 99. Okay, here's my figures, 100. Okay, so I might suggest it might be a little easier for you from at this point if you work backwards. So now I'm going to be moving AutoCAD around. Can't move it around because I've got the box open. Okay, so I'm going to, so it might be a little easier if you work backwards. So DDIM and new architecture, annotative, and continue. Okay, here we go. I'm on my primary units, right here, and right here. So now it says we want it to be architectural, with a 16th inch precision, horizontal, and some of this is grayed out because we're always going to be using it. And that's all that it says. So then move this back over here, modify that one, and we're at the fit. Now this is how the text and the lines all fit within the dimension lines and the extension lines and how it fits on the drawing. So this says we want a fit option of arrows, decide the dimension, annotative, and draw lines between the dimensions. That's it. So then come up here. We've got architectural, bilayer, none, above. Let's set those. That's on the text, so you'll see it on the text tab. So I'm going to come over here, text. That's the architecture font we created right at the beginning, and we want it to be bilayer, and we want it to be an 1/8 inch above, centered, left to right, left to right. So above and centered, left and right, and a 1/16 of an inch. Okay. Then symbols and arrows right here. We want to do architectural ticks, and it'll populate the second one for us. We'll do closed filled, and oops, an 1/8 inch. We're going to do center line. So if you watch right here, it'll show you the difference on a center line. Oh, I didn't show it. It's going to put a centered line through there, maybe because there it is. Maybe because the scale's so big. Okay, 1/8 inch. That's all good. Let's go back a page. The line. I'm going to do by layer, by block, and a 1/2 inch. Lines. By layer, by block, and a 1/2 inch. We're going to do by block. It's all by block. 3/16, 16ths, and 3/16. Alright. 3/16, 16ths, and that won't matter. It's grayed out. Then we are going to go to 100 and look at our primary units again. And we are not going to change that back to decimals. So see, that's why we went backwards. So now, I'm done. And if we go back up here to now add the dimensions as shown in figure 1394. Okay, so here's figure 1394. Zoom that out a little bit. Okay, so here is figure 1394. And there's no dimensions there. So what they mean is 1395. So you're going to look to the next page, and you're going to add these dimensions. Now to add these dimensions, now I realize we didn't do this. So if you can add these length and width dimension, or height, yeah, length and width dimensions for the door and for the overall length of the wall, that would be good. Now they're using a baseline dimension, meaning that it's all coming from this one point. So I'm going to, you may have been here when you started. Your dimensions are going to be under the annotate tab. And you can just take it right out of here. So dimension, I think it said we wanted 1/2 inch equals a foot. Say OK. And I'm going to dimension from here to here and bring it down. It seems a little small, don't it? It says it's 43 feet. That says it's 43 feet. So I'm going to fix that text height problem here at the end. So I'm going to put another dimension from here to here. And it says it's 31 feet 8 inches. 31 feet 8 inches. Now you want to be careful when you're doing this. There is a small gap between the dimension here, and the dimension and the object here. Now if you click on a dimension, there is a node at the end of that dimension which can be moved. And I've now changed the dimension. And if you're not careful, you can put that dimension accidentally on the end of that line sometimes. So you don't want to do that. Just make sure you're grabbing the specific point that you want. Oh, we missed some steps on it. We made our dimension style. That's okay. Next, we're going to, now you need to add a dimension to the midpoint of that door, and there is nothing you can grab right there. So I'm going to draw a line from just intersection to intersection real quick right there, and you can use these. expand this out, you're going to get a few more dimension item options. From the endpoint here to the shift right click to the midpoint there and bring it up. And then make sure you get rid of that line you created. 29 feet 4 inches, 29 feet 4 inches. That's the same there. And that says it's 19 feet to the door. So I'm going to go back and draw a line again, here to here. I'm going to dimension horizontal. So I'm going to do a dim, HOR, from that intersection, shift right click to that midpoint right there, and bring it down. And it's 19 feet. Okay, so we've missed a step, and we need to fix our dimensions. These are not in line with the text, and the text is obviously a little bit too small. So we're going to go back into the DDIM and modify and see what we need to change with the DDIM. Okay, so I'm going to go into DDIM. I'm going to modify this, and I must have made my text too small. It's a 1/16 of an inch, so I can make it an 1/8 of an inch. And when I say a close, you're going to see it get bigger. So if I do that again, modify, and I'll make it even bigger. So, close, it gets much bigger. So that's obviously not a 1/4 inch text. It's because it's annotated and it's a 1/2 inch equals a foot, and AutoCAD will do the math for us and make those numbers bigger. So I need to modify this again because these numbers right here were supposed to be in line. So that's a text problem. So I need to be in the text tab, text alignment, align with the dimension. Say okay, go close, and then don't forget to delete that line. And then that is Lab 4.1 Part 1, Project 313.1.